Hey friends, when I think of winter, the three flavors that come to mind for me are cranberry, orange, and cinnamon. Now fortunately, this cookie has all three of those, so I'm really excited to share it with you today. And I'm sharing new recipe videos every single day this week, so now is the perfect time to click subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this content. If you give the recipe a try, please let me know how it goes. I would love to hear about it. I hope you love it as much as I do. Check it out. The full recipe is in the description box below. Alright, so we're going to start with combining the dry ingredients. Since this recipe is all by grams, I'm weighing my ingredients directly into my sifter on the scale. This helps save on cleanup. Next, we're going to zest 2 oranges. You want to do this directly over the flour so that all the essential oils that are being released from the peel of the orange go into the flour. I'm adding a little bit of flour to the cranberries. Since they're so sticky, the flour makes it easier to chop them up. You want to try to get these very fine because if they're too big, it's going to interfere with cutting the cookies out, and then just giving a quick stir to combine. So next I am getting the wet ingredients ready, so weighing out my butter and cream cheese, and then just combining the egg and vanilla. When baking, it's really helpful to have all of your ingredients kind of prepped and ready to go. It just really speeds the whole process up. So now I'm adding the sugar to my stand mixer, dumping in the butter and cream cheese, and you just want to beat this for 3 to 5 minutes. You're really just looking to aerate the butter. You'll know when it's done because it's going to be light and fluffy. So this is looking pretty good. You can see that there is a noticeable color change. So I'm going to reduce the speed just a bit, empty in the egg and vanilla, and then just mix to combine. Next I'm pouring in the flour, and then I'm going to mix this on very low speed to avoid making a huge mess of the kitchen. And then you want to stop just when it's combined. So never overwork your cookie dough or you're going to get a tough cookie. Alright, so I mentioned this in my gingerbread video, but you have 2 choices for how to proceed. You can either do what I'm doing, which is dividing the dough, rolling it between your parchment paper, and then putting this in the refrigerator to chill. Or you can take the entire mound of dough, wrap it in cling film, and put that in the refrigerator to chill. If you go with the second option, you'll need to remove the dough from the refrigerator, let it come to room temp, and then you can roll it out. So I do think that my method is superior. It saves a step and I just like it better. Alright, so with the dough nice and chilled, you can remove the parchment paper and cut out your shapes. What I like about cutting out a really cold cookie dough like this is that typically the dough will actually stay in the cutter when you transfer to the baking sheet. So once the dough starts to warm up, you'll have the situation where the cookie will actually fall out, or it'll stay kind of on the surface rather than lifting out, and then sometimes you have to use a palette knife or something to scrape it off. So the colder the dough, the better when you're cutting out shapes. And I've mentioned this in my other videos, but with cutout cookies, you want to cut the cookies out as close together as possible. You want to minimize the amount of scraps and re-rolling that you need to do, because each time you re-roll the dough, it's going to get a little bit tougher because you're developing and working that gluten. Alright, so you'll know when these are done because the edges will start to pick up a little bit of brown color and you should be able to smell the cinnamon. Okay, and this is the finished product. You can see the nice color around the edges. The cranberry and orange zest are visible on the surface. So you can enjoy these plain, or you can check out my decorating tutorials for ideas on how to jazz these up.